This is Gam Chat. My name is Greg.
I'm McCoy.
And I'm D.
We're three Filipino gay guys trying to make sense of anything and everything in the world today. Welcome to our podcast.
So guys, the happiest time of the year, as some people call it, or I would call it the most stressful time of the year just passed. How was yours?
Yay.
Yeah,
Oh,
Are you,
yes,
wait,
finally.
are you saying yay? It's over? Or is that what you're trying to
I
say?
think so. Yeah.
Yes, that's me. I'm just happy that it's over. Some things are now behind me, like I can finally clean my kitchen again and stop cooking in batches and batches of things.
Well, I have to say though, but your cooking is hella good. Like your food for the gods is hella good.
Yes, but imagine if someone ordered 8 trays of that.
Wow.
And I have to make it.
Wait, are you taking orders?
18.
No,
yeah.
bitch, that's why I just said imagine if I did.
I was about to say.
Because I stopped and I'm like, I am not going to do
My
it.
mom and I are thinking like maybe we could order some trays.
No. Someone did, and I was like, nope, not anymore. So,
So your Christmas was well then. You're over it.
yeah, it was just me and Amato, and we waited for what's that? Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Wait, what about Wonder Woman?
It came out.
December, yeah,
Wonder Woman came out. She's a lesbian.
yeah. Well, that too, but
I was thinking about our last episode, our Christmas episode, and I was thinking like, oh, like I don't have the Christmas spirit, or I don't think I ever had the Christmas spirit. Yeah, that's still the case, but that hasn't changed. But I did have a thought today was about Christmas. I was looking at like the manger kind of like image of Jesus and Joseph and Mary. And I was thinking to myself, I was like,
and you thought it was a sham?
no. I was thinking about like looking at the manger set. Like this story of Jesus and Mary and Joseph is probably the most popular, famous refugee story ever created.
You're right.
It's a refugee.
No, but mindset was like it's the biggest sham ever. Like, but you guys are like, ooh, hopeful. I'm like, me is like the sarcastic.
I know,
cynical,
clearly.
like it's the biggest scam.
Well, if
ever.
I'm being honest
It's
with
like-
you, I almost agree with D, but I shouldn't say that. I take it back. Sorry, God.
Well, he or she is not gonna strike you. I mean, you are open to your beliefs.
It's okay, McCoy. Beyonce is very forgiving.
Beyonce.
She knows that, we all have our own ways. She understands.
Well, you know how people always, you have to keep evolving based on the information you have in front of you, I guess, or how you interpret the things that happen in your life. So I'm moving towards the idea that it may be a work of fiction. Still working on that part. We'll see. Ask me again in a year.
Wait, did everyone actually think it's like a real story?
Well, isn't the Bible all real? It's history.
The Bible isn't. Oh wait, now we're going down the rabbit hole of
Yes,
religion.
maybe we should stop this. So anyway,
Well, so my refugee Christmas was really good.
It's refugee-mas.
It's
There you go.
refugee. That's brilliant. We should all make note of that. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna make that into a T-shirt, copyrighted. There you go, a trademark.
That is brilliant. Yeah, you didn't think Jesus was a refugee? Well, bam! Every Christmas, he is. How about you,
Yeah.
McCoy? How was your refugee-smas?
well, I refugeed myself to Manila for the Christmas season.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a lot warmer and it's fun. I had a lot of fun. Of course, you try to be as careful as possible, but Christmas here feels a lot different than anywhere else, I'd say. And yes, people were out and about, a lot of Christmas decorations and all that. People, from what I noticed, are very happy and relaxed, all things considered, with 2020. But I think it's me. I'm the one that doesn't have the Christmas spirit. Like, I look at the Christmas tree, I'm like, okay, move on.
Scrooge.
Keep walking.
Keep
Yeah.
walking? Oh, come on. The Christmas trees are so pretty.
I think it's because I've been programmed for 2020 or with 2020 that everything is shit. You know what I mean?
Happy New Year! This is probably your best episode ever because you're like,
Yes.
you basically have to say goodbye to it.
Yes, I can't wait.
And on that note, this is what we're talking about on this week's episode, which is Happy New Year! Hey! Wow, that was like the saddest, depressing yay I've heard. All right, so we're going to start this episode. In order to look forward, we're going to try looking back. How about that?
Oh, I like the way that you put that. Yeah.
So this year, since we're ending an era of our history with President Trump, if you go back 5 years, it's actually before Trump was in office.
Yeah.
So like 5 years ago, where were you at?
I was in a very good place, very hopeful, a lot of hope. And that was election year, actually, right? With Hillary against this man.
Who shall not be named.
That's already taken, but okay. But so, yes, I was very hopeful because I do like Hillary. Yes, she's not charismatic, or she may be not as charismatic as her husband, but I like her policies for the most part. So I had a lot of hope. Continue all this progressive direction that the country was going in. And then the election was over. And so was my hope.
Wow.
Well, yeah.
So you had hope 5 years ago.
I did.
And then now?
After the election, I had to zone out.
He went in hibernation.
Mentally, yes, mentally.
Yeah.
So just work, home, dinner with friends, then work, all that stuff. I did some traveling to escape.
Escapism.
Yeah. So escape from like personal issues and escape from federal issues.
And you're in a lot better place. Wait, are you now?
2020 is not over, so ask me in a week.
How about you, D? 5 years ago, where were you at?
5 years ago, I don't really remember if we were still living in the West Side or I was in the Valley already, but I checked my calendar and I was still doing a lot of creative work and I missed that.
Wait, what kind of creative work?
Some of them. Actually, I was still doing like portraits, weddings. I was doing that a lot, and sometimes piggyback on the projects that you were working on. I think the last thing that we did for 2015 December was like video shoot that I helped you out with. So that was fun because then it was like a celebrity thing, and then I found out some tea.
That was that music video, right?
Yes, and I was just snooping around her place.
Oh my god!
like,
Do
okay,
not
that's
say
it.
anything else because I cannot say her name. But I'm going to say her name, but don't say.
Take
Wow, that was
part
5
out.
years
That was
ago. That
5
was 5 years
years
ago.
ago, yeah. Well, I wasn't really snooping around. I'm just like,
I
oh,
come out
okay.
there.
And she was spilling tea left and right, and I'm just like,
Oh,
okay, record, like registered. Okay. So that was fun.
Good to know what you were doing while I was on set. Wow, that was 5 years ago.
Yeah, I missed that creative stuff because I didn't have a 9 to 5 yet, and it was like pretty much like, oh, you need help here? Okay, fine.
5 years, and so weren't you in Manhattan Beach?
Yeah, I think I was still there at that time before we.
Yeah, you were because it
Yeah.
wasn't that far,
we,
right?
we moved to the Valley.
Oh my
I think around
gosh.
that time, like the next year. So since I've been in the Valley, man. But yeah, just kidding.
You zoned out.
Yeah, that was my hibernation.
That is so interesting. Yeah, you made me realize that was a really big year actually for me, and I would say probably in a turning point in my life. Actually, now that I think about it, it was one of those markers, because talking about the music video that I co-directed on 5 years ago. This is all coming back to me in some weird timeline because that was a big marker for me. 5 years ago, I decided to learn how to love myself.
Oh.
Like I really started just for the first time saying that phrase of like, oh, I want to do better at loving myself. And then once I said that, I got a random call, like out of the blue. It wasn't solicited. It was just a random phone call from Shaka Khan's people to direct her music video. And the interesting part is that the song was called I'm So in Love with Myself. And it was almost like this sign of like this turning point or like a message, I don't know, from the universe, I don't know where.
Or from the refugee family.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph,
Yes.
that I was on the right track, or that just like saying those words, how somehow I don't know, it just changed the whole vibe. Or I can't even describe it. It was so crazy because it was a time when I was really struggling with it, and I started to learn how to say it. And then I think honestly, it was only a month after I said that I got that phone call to direct her music video. And then it was just crazy that the title of her music video is I Love Myself. And then D, you helped me on that. You helped me on the behind the scenes.
Yeah, that was fun. Every time like we do like collaborative work, like behind the scenes things, that's where I kind of like really enjoy it, because that's where you learn a lot more stuff. So I've always been like grateful that, whenever like you're like, hey, you want to do this? I'm like, yep, okay, fine. What is it? Let me know.
Yeah, like that was wow. That was a big marker in my life, because from then on actually my whole life kind of like shifted in a very dramatic way. So wow, 5 years ago.
Would you say Shaka Khan saved you?
Shaka Khan did save me. She rebooted.
She's your Jesus. There you go.
Look at you trying to make me say something.
She's your Lord and Savior. Oh my God. There you go.
She was sent from somewhere, so she sent me a message. So I get it. I get it.
No, her people sent you a message.
Sent your people a message.
Well, that's true. But it was her song. That was her song, her
true.
lyrics. And the interesting part, when talking to her, it took her a long journey to love herself, to find like what she loves, who she is, and you're thinking that's Shaka Khan, like that's an iconic singer, and you thought, hey, of course she should love herself because she has everything, right? And then to hear her story that she's been through so much. Even at her age, she's still going. She's still discovering how to love herself. So check out that music video and give me props. Just kidding.
Well, I don't think you stop discovering yourself just because you're at a certain age. You keep finding things about yourself. Like, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Like the work of loving yourself never stops.
Yes, and it's very hard work.
Oh my God. It's like you are, what I heard recently, like you are your biggest project you have to work on.
Yes.
Right?
That's why I'm always so busy.
Because that could also mean you're a lot of work. So, like, there you go.
Yeah.
I am. I really am. I need to hire people to work on. I can't. It seems like I can't do it all on my own.
You need some assistance and certain
I think I
departments.
need
That's
a professional.
True. No, actually, you know what? You are absolutely right. Like loving yourself, you can't do it all on your own. Mm-hmm. There's so many people there you should reach out to, and I think a lot of people in our community, both like Phil-Ams, Filipinos, and also LGBTQ, don't reach out enough when they need the support.
Well, I think with me, I think I've reached out to you guys and a few other people, or maybe not often enough, to be honest. I just keep things inside.
Why is that?
That's just my process.
I think for me, it's like, like my parents are immigrants, and then they've built their lives. And when you hit like bumps in your own life, like in my own life, I almost felt guilty asking for like help. As Asian Americans, we're supposed to like suck it up and just like bleed through it. Because our parents did that. They went through so much to come to the States. They made so much, they made sacrifices. And then you look like, how come I can't figure it out if they figured it out, right? So I had some guilt and I wouldn't reach out as much as I should.
But you shouldn't. Okay, I'm not dismissing the fact that you feel guilty about that. But at the same time, your situation is so different from theirs.
Well, everyone's situations are different.
Yeah, definitely. But like the immigrant and then you, it's different because you had a different upbringing and you had a different set of challenges that compared to theirs.
Yeah, but when you compare those challenges, you're like, well, they've gone through like hell to get through here to build a life for themselves. And then you're like, and I don't have the same challenges, should be easier, but then
not necessarily.
it's still
but see,
different.
It sounds like you're dismissing your own challenges, and you shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
it's just a different set, and you're equipped with different set of skills to deal with it.
Yeah, and I also think like mental health. I don't think that we talk a lot about that in our community.
We don't
at all.
We don't.
And so moving forward, I mean, okay, let me ask you guys this: 5 years ago, where you guys are now. Are you happy where you're at?
Let's see. End of 2019, I was happy. A lot of emotional things going on, but at the same time, I was happy with myself. I was happy where I'm at. I was hopeful again because personally, I felt like I was making a change. I was changing my mindset and all that for the coming new year.
In 2019.
Yeah, from 2019 to 2020. And then 2020 happened.
Dun dun dun.
Specifically around February and March, where you see something coming. It's like a train wreck. You're just watching it, but you can't do anything about it, and you can't stop it.
And you're on the train.
Yes, because you're watching the news. It's like, it's coming. It's like, when you're on a roller coaster, when you're going up and it clicks, that metal thing, click, click, click. And then when you're about to drop and you see the drop, the very high drop, it was like that.
and then your balls like go up in your mouth and you're like, oh my God.
Is that mine?
Is that in a roller coaster?
Oh my God. Yes. Oh, on the roller coaster, your balls like clench. Does everybody know that?
I just always say like my stomach kind of like wants to escape my body. That's how I describe it.
Oh, okay, mine are my balls. They like clench. So like, oh my God, I don't know why. I hope I'm not the only one. I probably should see a doctor about this.
But he'll still clench it for you, so it's the same thing.
Oh my God.
That's true.
No matter what, you're just trying to have someone else do it for you.
Oh my God! No, when you're on high elevation, like heights and stuff, like when you look down, does like your balls like
weird?
Like, tighten up?
My thing is that my brain is fighting like your body not better jump out of this. Like no, like I feel like my body can't control it. Like it's in like its own mind, but yeah, that's. But no, I think now that you guys are talking about all these things, 2019 for me was actually the year where I started to just really assess my relationships. That was the big time where I was like, "Ooh, I need to Marie Kondo some shit and say bye to a lot of things."
Does Amado know about this? You wanted to reassess?
This is getting awkward.
Is he up for review?
Performance appraisal? You gave him a motto? Wait, what made you in 2019 get there? Like assess?
My parents actually. So that was the like, oh my God, it was this easy to cut people off. And then I was just like, I was Oprah. You don't get to talk to me. Oh. You don't get to talk to me. Like handing it out left and right. Yeah.
Oh, so it's like the reverse. You like, get this and you get that. Yeah. It's like, you don't get this and you don't get that.
You don't get my time. You don't get my time, and you don't get my time.
Like I just cut people off. Like I was Oprah reverse. Yes.
So it's Harpo.
Yeah. There you go.
You became a repo of your time. Repoed. Wow.
Yeah, I just started like valuing my energy and time more, and what kind of people I wanna, be a part of my life and really put in my energy. It might sound selfish, but I just really started caring less for other people that didn't really show care.
You shouldn't feel as if that's being selfish. You are your own advocate. And
no. Yeah, no, I mean, I felt that way in the beginning, but now you just know me. I'm like, yeah,
and then you're like, fuck
my
it.
whole thing now is, are you paying my bills? No, then I don't need to talk to you.
I've
always been empowering. Like that, though.
But the funny thing is, that's... Yes. No, but back then it's like you cared a little bit more, but now it's just like, I'm too old to care for this shit.
Now it was, I would just push. Yeah, I was just pushed to my limits where I'm like, nope. I really just adapted that. I mentioned this before, like every relationship you have, you can treat it the same way. You're allowed to break up with anyone, as if you find that they're not doing you right and how you should be treated. And blood is thicker than water. It really does not apply. I don't know. I think we had like a quick chat about this outside of any podcasting topic, but like my relationship with family. I think parents, you are brought in here and their job is to nurture and like take care of you. But for me, that stopped when I was 11. That nurturing emotionally and financially stopped. So I've doing some work on myself, I just realized like family can be created. You're allowed to have chosen
Yeah.
family.
You can check. Yeah.
That exists. That is a real
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
Chosen family does exist, and I choose to put people in that category who wants to see me move forward and who wants to elevate me, and
Yeah.
I want to do the same for them.
The thing is, D, with your situation, it's different from a lot. Okay, it's
Yeah.
different from me, for example. So I hear what you're saying, and I know what you're saying, but like with me, like for example, my mother, she's very supportive and all that. She's very nurturing, until now.
I mean, she's liking every dirty post that you make on Instagram, so she loves you no matter
Uh-huh.
what.
She really does. It's like hashtag this is not a dildo. She'll like.
Sorry.
No, that's what she does. She'll go into like her children's profiles, and I don't even follow her on our podcast's profile, but she follows us, and she'll have like a moment when she has time, and she'll like every single thing that's new that she hasn't like
Yeah,
before.
but I mean, like, hey, that's one more like on her account. Now, if she can just leave a comment
Yes.
on Apple Podcasts and then send in her question, right away.
I don't allow her. I don't allow her to listen. She may not be able to take it. Maybe the nurturing side of her will go away after she hears what I've been up to.
Well, let me. D, you said blood is thicker than water. Who says that these days? I hate that term. That phrase.
You could thin out blood with water,
Yeah.
and it's going to be the same consistency of water.
You could get a blood transfusion,
Yeah,
even.
exactly,
But
right?
it's almost like this idea, like of guilt. Blood is thicker than water. Like who?
Yeah,
Like
no matter what, you take what
Yeah.
what it is. But
no,
in
it's not
reality, you know,
true.
like, I mean, our parents are people who can be toxic too. So you know that's why
Yeah.
I just really don't
Definitely, yes.
bluntly don't put up with things as much as I would have before.
Yes.
Last year.
That was a big year. So a year ago for me, I think going into 2020, I honestly didn't think 2020 could. I think for me it was unimaginable what 2020 was going to look like in 2019.
Yeah.
If I told myself, you know, now and met up myself in 2019, if I were to tell myself this stuff, I'll be like, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way that there's going to be a virus that was going to wipe out hundreds and hundreds of thousands of Americans and over how many millions of people. Well, I guess we could have predicted how bad, you know, the Trump administration was going to do, but to this scale,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone could have predicted 2020.
Yeah. No.
Well, actually, wait a minute. They did know that the virus was going to come. They know that there was going to be a pandemic.
But I mean,
Yep.
that's a whole bunch of science stuff. Like, who believes that? It's like what are your evidences?
A science.
Yeah.
Well, the exact words that this man used was, "Science doesn't know everything." I think those were the
Wait,
exact
what?
words.
Really?
Didn't he? Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
surprising.
Well, I shouldn't say exact words because that's what I remember hearing. So, but that's basically the gist of what he said. So, now that we have discussed the transition between 2019 and 2020, and now we're at the cusp of the transition between 2020 and 2021, starting a new year doesn't mean a new you.
A new me.
Yeah.
Like we're
so-
born again. Like we're going to be in a cocoon.
You know what? Okay. Actually, I'm going to take this. I can't even say that it's new me. It's because I am just going to do what I was supposed to be doing 2020. That is what I am doing.
Ew,
Like,
yeah.
Yes.
like, it was-
snap.
it was like on pause, and now I get to do shit that I wanted to do. And that's how I'm going to do this. Like,
Yeah.
the minute that
you're
vaccine
right.
is available, like, shoot me. I don't care if you trace me if I'm going to Trader Joe's or Sonam Lomang to pick up my to-go food, because that's the only thing that if the government was really tracing us with the vaccine, that's where they will find me.
Oh, that's the conspiracy theory, right? They're saying that there's some microchip
Yeah,
in it.
yeah.
Right?
There's like a chip or
So,
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't really care. Go ahead and put that vaccine 20 times because I
Yeah.
want to get back to where, where I put my life on hold. I want to go traveling again. I miss that.
Yeah, I think that it's totally right. You're so spot on this. We basically paused our whole lives in 2020. Like we stopped everything just to handle the task at hand, which is like what, not get sick,
Yeah.
and just to survive.
But the thing with me is like anything I may have planned for 2020, I erase it from my mind. I don't even remember what it was supposed to be. You know, because this whole pandemic thing is very stressful and traumatizing.
Oh, but you get to do like a redo.
Yeah, yours is. I can imagine it's really worth it. You probably had some trips that put on pause, and that would have been. I mean, that your travel. You have a travel bug in you that.
Yeah.
Pretty much, you can go any place on
Yeah.
your own without having to. Well, I mean, like you set up like
Well-
grinder meetups there, but then it's kind of easy.
Yeah.
Oh, tour guides. I meant tour guides.
Did you say Yeah. Isn't that where you hire them?
Grinder trips? Is that what you said?
No, I mean,
Wait, isn't
don't
that-
they have tour guides
Oh,
there?
I thought that's what grinder
On
was.
Grindr,
Like tour
yeah.
guides. Like,
Yeah.
hey,
Tour guides
I'm coming.
in your mouth.
I'm coming into town. Will you be doing the same thing? There you go. All jokes aside, whenever I see you go on vacation before yourself, that's something I can't picture going on my own, like an
Yeah.
uncharted like country for me. It's like I wouldn't know how to navigate, but you have the
The Grinder app.
guts to do that. Yeah, there you go.
You made me think like this idea of like new year, new year. I think I'm kind of seeing it now as 2020 was the new you.
You're right. Yeah.
Right? It's like this is the year that changed you.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like for me at least, had to reflect on my own life and what how am I survive this mentally and emotionally, physically even. So I think 2019 was all about the new you, and 2020, I think we go into this like starting our lives again, but differently. I think, right? I think 2020 has completely changed us, but I think for the better. Or it's like implementing everything that we learned in 2020.
2020. Yeah.
Now we could take it into action in 2021.
Actually, the funny thing is for 2021, I already have trips planned for later in that year. Might as well start planning. Yeah.
So do you guys have any like New Year's resolutions or like or that concept? One is that I never subscribed to that concept of New Year's resolutions. I just didn't understand it.
Well, there was a point in my life where I did because everyone else did it. But then I just came to a point where it's like,
Because everyone else did it, you're like, hey, I'll just do it.
well, yeah. There's like commercials about it. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I should do that. But my thing is, if you're going to make a change, you should just do it. For 2019, I started eating healthier and all that. I didn't wait until the new year. I just did it because I had to, because my health depended on it. So for years and years and years, I just didn't do resolutions because why? So you have to wait a specific time of the year to make a change. Why can't you just make the change now?
How about you, D? New Year's resolutions?
Not really. I subscribe to the same thing that McCoy is doing. If I'm gonna gift myself and buy myself anything that I want throughout the entire year, I should be able to make changes about the bad things about myself as well.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways. Again, I don't buy myself any Christmas gifts because I can buy it any, whatever materialistic thing that I want. I don't wait until Christmas. So I shouldn't be afraid to change things that I don't like about myself, or the bad habits that I've accumulated throughout my how many years of existence. Oh my God, I had to think how old I am. And then I told myself, don't say it. I was
Because you don't
how many
remember.
years? Whoop, nope, never mind of existence. But yeah, sorry. That was just like
I feel like the New Year's resolution is just another way, just for like
capitalism.
just putting capitalism, but also like to sell people on ideas, because like that market for health is ridiculously
Yes.
big.
I mean, going to the gym in January is the worst. It's packed with resolutioners or whatever they're called.
Resolutioners, I love that.
Yes. So it's terrible. It's like, you're on my machine. You know you're going to be gone next month.
Was it Planet? Was it Planet
Planet
Fitness?
Fitness has pizza.
Gives everyone pizzas. They have
Yeah,
a
I
pizza
think on
day.
a Monday. I'm not really sure when.
Yeah,
but-
that's ridiculous. That's like that. Grab your slice of pizza and leave.
I sound
Happy
so
New
mean,
Year.
though. I don't mean to judge, but I do.
You just can't help it. It's in your DNA.
I can't. I can't.
So I mean, so you don't have. So both of you don't have no New Year's resolutions.
No.
For many years now, I have.
Yeah, I don't think I have any either. I don't do it. So on that note, let's take a break.
Hey folks, remember to rate us on Apple Podcast. Leave a comment and let us know how we're doing. It will help us reach others who's clearly missing out on hearing us complain and talk smack about each other. Thanks and enjoy the rest of the episode.
And we're back. So now that we talked about I guess all of our past from 5 years ago, what are you guys planning to leave behind in 2020? And it could be anything: style, music, culture, anything.
Well, the thing with music is I like what I like, so even if it's like 5 years ago, I'll still listen to it. And then style, well,
What could be anything? Doesn't have to be style.
okay, I was gonna say I don't really have that much, but I think the disappointment of 2020 I'm leaving behind. Hoping the pandemic leaves me alone. Heartbreak and disappointment in myself I'm leaving behind. I'm keeping the positive though, like the podcast and how it makes me feel and the friends I've made. I'll keep those.
Well,
for
I
sure.
hope you're not leaving the podcast because this will be your last episode if you weren't going to leave it.
This is new. I'm like,
Oh, breaking news, guys.
I know. I was like, is he? I'm not breaking up with you guys.
okay, well, whoever's listening, we need a third person. So if you guys send us an email.
No, I'm just saying because like the question is what are you leaving behind, but also at the same time things that I'm taking with you because 2020 was such a shit show. But in that shit show, there's like things that made me feel good and made me happy, and I'll keep those with me.
How about you, D? What are you going to leave behind in
This
2020?
is wishful thinking, but I want to leave the Karens behind.
Ah,
Can we just leave them behind? I don't think it's possible. Oh my god.
but they're
Wait,
following
we have to
you.
find
The
a
Karens? Did you say the Karens? Well, specifically, not like the Karens, because there are Karens that probably
they
listen
are
to
Karens.
us,
It's
and there
very
are
unfair to them.
Filipinas that are named
Yes.
Karens.
Yes.
So not you guys.
But if you act that way,
But if
should
you
be
act like
left
a Karen,
behind.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
totally. I think I wrote that down. I would leave Karens behind too.
And since we were not able to have a traditional, maybe Filipino holiday this 2020, I hope that gives everyone, especially the titas and titos, a time to reset. And really, by the next time we're able to see them, be more appreciative and not emotionally abusive. When we first
Yeah.
see them again, like I hope people really do like realize like, oh, I genuinely miss this person. Let me not say insensitive shit next time we do actually just get to see them in person. I want us to have had that takeaway from 2020. Look forward to that. Be nicer to each other.
Oh my God, that's so heartfelt, D. Like, are you
I
okay?
know, fuck. Did I eat something? Like, was there something in my coffee earlier? What the? I'm gonna call my.
I know. I don't know what's going on. We're not even drinking, and all of a sudden you have a heart. Like, what happened?
I know, shit. I was only drinking coffee.
You just reminded me we're not drinking. I miss drinking. Oh, I had sangria last night. So.
What I want to leave behind also in 2020 is like having that anxiety whenever I see a red hat from a distance.
Yep.
That feeling like, should I cross the other side of the street or should I enter a building?
The answer is yes.
So I want to leave that feeling
Yes.
behind.
You should cross the street. You should jump out. You should jump across the fence. Wait, that's sorry. That came out wrong. But you know what I mean.
Well, Greg, you do.
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
you did. You did a cemetery fence.
I do that when I see a red hat. I did jump that. I literally did. I do that. Oh my God, fences is the story of my life too. I could jump that fence. But I think we're talking about like I would leave like Trumpism. Like that's you made me think about this
Yes,
about this
yes,
idea
yes. Oh,
that
definitely.
if you're a bully, it's okay. Like
Yeah.
somehow bullies were acceptable.
Yes.
That's ridiculous. I want to
It
leave
was normalized.
Trumpism. I want to leave like moronic people in 2019.
Yeah.
This idea that the misuse even like I was even thinking about this recently about like this idea like fake news. Like I don't like the
Yeah.
term fake news actually.
Well, there are news from maybe a liberal point of view, may be biased, but when you dig, it's not even deep. It's like there's honesty there.
Yeah,
If you
what
just
I
take
what I
away-
mean by
yeah.
what I mean by fake news is that using this term to attack journalists,
And-
like good journalism.
And not only that, using that term to not answer questions that are valid.
Yeah. And I think that it was a term used in 2019 that was just honestly, it was such a, for a while actually, that's just a cop out for, doing your homework or finding the
Yeah.
right information.
Yeah.
Calling something fake news when it's just honestly just facts, right?
Yeah.
But using it to attack journalism, I'm over that. I want to leave that. I want to leave Trumpism back in 2019.
No, 2020.
Oh my gosh, I say 2019.
You'll be saying 2019.
2020 is correct.
Yeah.
I'm already lost. I feel like every month of 2020 was a year. I feel like we're gonna be celebrating like not 2021 but 2031.
But see, my take on that is like March came, I blinked my eye, and then it's December.
Yeah.
The whole year is gone.
Totally. It was like
Yeah.
one dream. Like I was like, where am I? Like what's a nightmare, right?
And the thing is that we were not allotted to use any tools to distract ourselves. We were like forced to be like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, we're not allowed to go out, but we have to listen to the TV, news, social media, everything. That was our go-to distraction. But it wasn't really a distraction.
Yeah.
It was just more of like, hey, just a reminder, this is what's happening around the world. And, out when you step out, this is what
Yeah.
you're facing, but you can't distract yourself from it.
So going on with what McCoy was saying, like what are you gonna take in 2020? 2021, what are you gonna bring in 2021 into the new year?
Amara and I had some road trips planned, and I'm gonna take that with me. The plans that I'm gonna rebook those places, like open up my maps again, and my notes app of the things that we had planned. I want to be able to continue to do that. I want to go on road trips. I was begging him to rent a Winnebago, take the dogs with us, and just go places. I wanted to do that, so I'm gonna take with me the things that I didn't get to do for 2020.
Yeah, I would. For me, I think I would want to take working remotely into 2021. I do not want to go into the office. I'm so over it.
Oh yeah.
Because my commute was 4 hours a day just to get to my office.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I felt like, I don't know. I mean, the silver lining with COVID was that people started to understand working, a different way of working.
Yeah.
That there is not just like one option. There's multiple options to get work done and efficiently.
Yeah.
So I am definitely excited about that. And I'm with you, D, about also like watching you too, McCoy, about just traveling as soon as it's over. I don't know if I'm going to schedule anything for 2021 yet, though. Probably 2022, just to let things like simmer down.
Not even that. Just really the local places. Again, there's so much more like places here locally in the U.S. that we haven't really seen and touched. I mean, we were trying to do that, but
I think that like when the pandemic hit in 2020, I think I took a cruise in Italy. Into the heart of COVID. It was so affordable, guys. Like, how can you not take a cruise in the midst of COVID?
I remember that. Oh my god.
I'm such a dumbass. I am such a dumbass.
No, but that was the beginning. You had no idea.
Yeah, but what set it off for me to do that was the Australian fires.
Oh.
So when I saw like Australian fires was happening, and that was horrific. That was the start of 2020, right? I was just like,
so, yeah.
I need to act fast and see the world before it all goes
Before
to shit.
it burns?
Before it all burns down. And I got a hella cheap ticket, honestly. It was only like $600 for like a balcony suite on the Mediterranean.
It's funny how like your train of thought was like, I have to see the world before it all burns down. And 2020, it all burned down.
And then it literally all burned
symbolically.
down. It totally did.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I was just like, should I go to Milan during the COVID outbreak or not?
Oh my god.
But right when
Like, should I hit up every populated city that can be like a
I know. It's affordable, guys. Come on. I mean, I left, I think, 2 days before the airport shut down. So I just made it through, but like seeing the world before it all, honestly. I mean, I feel like we haven't done anything about climate change in this past administration, so that's 4 years to really like slow it down.
There's no such thing, they said.
Oh gosh.
Or
But, I
it's
mean,
not man.
We're
made or
not
something.
debating that, are we? We're not going to debate that.
Well, according to them.
It's the wrong episode, McCoy. It's the wrong episode. That would go down the rabbit hole and the things a different way. So I feel like we have to see things.
Well, at least 2021, we'll go back to. Well, 2021, I'm hoping we'll go back to policies that make sense.
Wait, wasn't it interesting that in 2020, the environment actually got better?
Because no one was.
Because
yeah.
everyone, was going out. Like our impact as humans.
Yeah, it just proved.
Come on, it just proved it.
Yeah.
So let's play a quick game. Let's do like a quick fire game.
Okay.
So, because a lot of things happen in 2020, a lot of events happen, right? I'm gonna say some events that happened in 2020, and then you just have to give me a quick response to it.
Okay.
The first thing, not quick response, the first thing that pops in your head, and it could be anything. It could be like cupcake or something. I don't know.
Okay.
All right, guys, ready?
Yes.
All right. Election.
Yay.
Finally.
I'm so fucking glad it's over. I'll tell you that much. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so over it. All right, next one. Australian fires.
Poor koalas.
Scary.
Those videos.
Oh
Right,
my
those
god, the
videos killed
koalas.
The koalas were kawawas.
Oh my god. All right. California fires.
Ash on my car.
Stop having gender reveal parties.
That's how it
Yes,
happened.
so-
It was gender reveal party, right?
Yeah.
Well, at least one of like the 30 that happened in California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My reaction would just be like, "What the fuck?" Honestly.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't the sky turn orange this year too?
Multiple,
Yes, it did.
Multiple times.
It did.
What
It sure
the
did. Yeah.
Oh, good God. Match this
Yeah.
president. All right. Next one. Kobe passing away.
Tragic.
Too soon.
Heartbreaking. That was,
I mean,
That was-
I mean, the family and the other family that was with them.
next one. COVID.
Bag of shit.
Get vaccinated. You're not important enough to be traced by the government.
Mine would be fucking Karens. Next one. Fly on Mike Pence's head during the debate.
Ironically fitting.
Tae. Is that good? We will have to put a translation of what
For
that
real.
is.
I want that fly to take a big shit on his head. I was like, oh, don't they regurgitate? Don't they throw it up and eat it again? Or maybe I just watched the movie The Fly way too much. Fuck yeah. That's what my reaction to it. Next one. Trump's impeachment.
Yay. Again, sorry, can we reuse the same answer? Is that
Yeah, you can do that. No, first reaction, McCoy. That's how it played.
Oh, I'm sorry. Down with a narcissist.
Oh.
Down with the narcissism.
Yes.
Yeah, it didn't go anywhere,
Yeah.
guys, but it was a good try.
It did, yeah.
It was. I give the effort. Black Lives Matter.
Solidarity.
Respect.
Finally, yeah. Oh, that was a hard one, guys.
Yeah.
Next one. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg's passing away.
Icon.
Yes.
All honesty, the first time I heard it, the thing that popped in my head is "we're fucked."
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she was legendary,
Yeah. She was a legend.
and then to see it
Replaced.
Be replaced by
see
someone.
someone be replaced by someone that's completely the opposite of.
Yeah.
Oh. Next one. Murder Hornets.
Part 2.
I don't know anything about this.
You didn't know about Murder Hornets?
No.
Wait, did you know about the Murder Hornets?
To me, in my head, that was like a movie sequel. That my thing would be part 2, like of the 2020 stuff.
You,
Of course.
McCoy,
What
you
else?
really didn't hear about the Murder Hornets in Washington State?
What, they kill people? Well, duh, it's murder, but like they swarm people. I mean,
I love it when I hear someone answer their own question.
no, but so they swarm people.
Yeah, right. You could die from them. You can, yes. You could die,
Okay.
definitely die from it. And then they've been killing other bees.
They were much more
They
aggressive.
kill other
Okay,
bees.
yeah.
Like
No,
they chop off
hornets
their
are
heads.
not. Wait, hornets are not bees.
No, they're hornets. Or they
But
kill
they're not.
bees?
They kill bees. I think the thing
Bee
is with
killers?
bees.
What What's a hornet?
if a bee stung you, that bee will die because the little thing that they inject you with. But hornets, they can keep attacking you and they don't die. Yeah, the sting, whatever. So yeah, that's scary. Is it in California now?
It's in Washington. I think some came to California. No, just all Northern California.
Well,
Yeah, they're called the Asian
Great
giant hornet.
Asian again.
oh, Asian.
I know
Great.
why they gotta be
Yeah.
called Asian. Like, great.
Yeah. I mean, Corona. That's. Oh, come on.
Oh my god! Remember that? Remember that? They when Trump was blaming it on
Yes.
Asians.
So pretty much we had opened the year and we're closing the year.
Okay, here's the next word. Maskless. I guess that's
Stupid.
that's two probably like two on the nose, huh?
No, but that's the thing. It's supposed to be on your nose.
Like,
it's
say
supposed to be over your
maskless?
nose. That's the thing about it, right?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I went jogging today and people had it with rated like below their nose. Why? What's the point? All right, well that ends our little like quick fire challenge. Okay, so what are your predictions for 2021?
I don't want to say predictions. I'm saying hope.
Okay, what is your hope for 2021?
I'm hoping that people will be more reasonable when it comes to things that they may not agree with, like politics and policies. But that's just me hoping.
I think for my prediction for 2021 would be stability. I hope that we would have some sense of stability, not like normacy because I think it's out the door and whatever that means, but just some idea of just stable. Like we don't have to think. Like a day you could just sleep without worrying, at least as much as can. How about you, D?
I'm just hopeful that we are really gonna see some changes. It doesn't have to be drastic. I don't expect that, but yeah, the changes that we're getting, it's gonna be a struggle. It's gonna be a fight to get that done, but at least we're more awake. Imagine we wanted to do so much changes but we weren't allowed to get out there. What more that we can actually be out there, and every time I see a protest out there, the amount of people that went out to protest was held back by the fact that there's an infection that can spread easily. If you eliminate that, fuck, like imagine like how much impact everyone will show, how much change they want to do.
Yeah. You maybe also think that we should talk about this too, is like, as much as 2020 sucked, there were big things that happened in 2020 that really
definitely.
shaped the future in a very positive way, like
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter. Like that movement during a pandemic, that movement to, go out on the streets and have one voice, a simple voice of saying Black Lives Matter, and it went all across the globe. That's huge, and I think that was a very positive impact that we really have to.
You know what else I think as maybe a silver lining of this pandemic is it put a spotlight on the lack of healthcare resources and the fact that frontliners are very important. We take that for granted, but the nurses, the doctors, and everyone else, the support staff, they're very important.
Yeah, the clapping. Remember they used to do the clapping
Yeah.
in all
Yeah.
across the cities for healthcare workers
Yeah,
because our frontliners. Like that was big.
yeah.
Any other? What were some other very big events? Positive events.
This podcast.
Yes, this is. Oh, we started this podcast in 2020.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And so has a lot of other people. It gave them a license, or maybe they were just bored. But nevertheless, whatever the reasons, it pushed people to be more creative.
Yeah, I felt like this being on lockdown. I think the silver lining is like we all had to dig in deep
Yeah.
and look at ourselves for once. Like we had to look at ourselves about the impact that we had on the environment, like the pollution. Like we had to look about ourselves of who we are from working from home, who we are as like kids to parents, even travel.
Yep.
well, also one thing that I've reminded myself in the next couple of for the last couple of weeks actually, coming into 2021, I am not looking for normalcy. Like I really it didn't sit right with me when people would say, "Oh, I just can't wait to get back to normal," and to me, like that was
Yeah.
that is complacency. I don't know, like you said, like wear
Yeah.
a mask. Like I saw somewhere that why can't we do it here where if you're sick, wear a mask? They do it in Asian countries where if they don't feel well, they'll wear a mask because respecting everyone else around them. That caring for each other kind of thing. So I don't expect to go back to whatever normal was. I actually want to be an improved version of that because obviously we weren't doing enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it made me think this idea of like countries in history when they have gone through big events, they've used it to, to learn from it and evolve from it somehow, right?
Yeah.
So I am hopeful that, I mean, in 2021 that we will have evolved. In 2020, we also won an election. How is it? 8 million more Americans voted
Just about. Yeah.
for Biden. That's huge in showing that there's a shift.
Yeah.
There's a shift in also how we see politics too.
Yeah.
That we have to mobilize and get involved
Yeah.
as much as possible. I mean, we can't be like stand on the sidelines anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That we have to use our voice, like this podcast, or use our voice in social media,
Yeah.
to get people together. And also, we have a vaccine. This is the year we had a pandemic and a vaccine in the same year. Those are big accomplishments.
Definitely.
So, I mean, who won in 2020? I don't know. In the sense of like, as a human species, did we hopefully we evolved from this?
Some have, I'm sure, and some will never
How
evolve.
do we get rid of those people? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think you're. Yeah, now you're. Don't wear a mask.
Yeah.
No, it made me think about too. Yeah, it's like this. We've also saw the polar opposite of people, not wearing masks, didn't want to believe in science.
Yeah. So you say
Get sick.
we saw the best and we saw the worst.
The worst. Yeah.
So I think it magnified. If you're just an asshole to begin with, it just magnified your assholeness. And if you're kind and you're giving, you were kind and giving, even though you had very little.
Wow, that's deep. Two sides of the coin. We saw
it's true. Like people buying like toilet paper more than they really needed, and taking that away from people who actually needed them, like people like the elderly, for example.
Yeah.
It's like you have 2 years worth of toilet paper. Really? Do you really need 2 years worth?
Well, maybe they have IBM.
Irritable bowel syndrome.
I was like,
Movement.
oh.
I have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome.
I thought it was LBM.
Clearly, you're not one of those Filipino nurses.
No.
Wow, I think that's really good note to end it on. That we've seen two sides of the coin, and that we've lived a lifetime, and to be thankful that we are still healthy.
Yes.
That's something huge. Like if this virus is still hitting us hard. So that's something very thankful for. And so, but let's let it end on a positive note. We saw the best, we saw the worst, we saw the best in who we are. And so let's go into the Filipino word of the day.
So the Filipino word of the day is simula.
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 There you go.
It might be too much accent. Is that how I said it right? Simula.
You're very enthusiastic when you're saying
Well,
it.
it is.
Simula. Like, yeah.
I hope it's positive.
Well, yeah. Okay, it means beginning. So yes, it is positive.
See?
Beginning of what? That's the question. So it depends on what's beginning.
Simula. Like that.
Okay.
New beginning. Simula. Ringing the new year that way, huh? How do you use it in a sentence?
In the new year, I'm hoping for a better simula.
Can I put that on a Hallmark card? Would that be cute on it?
A T-shirt.
Could. Or a t-shirt.
I think that. Do you know what?
A T-shirt.
Okay, I'm gonna interject this again. 2021, we are gonna have T-shirts First, we have refugimas. What's the other one that McCoy said? He said something.
Refugimas.
The resolutioners.
What? About what?
And then the third T-shirt is Simula. So now we're gonna produce merch. There you go for 2021.
Similar. Okay, so speaking of that, guys, before we go, what can people expect from GamChat in 2021 besides T-shirts?
Even more tantalizing topics.
Did we say titillizing?
Tantalizing.
Tantalizing? What's the word?
Or,
Oh my fuck! Take that out.
Titillizing. No, we're gonna keep
you were
titillizing.
like tantalizing and titillating. You were mixing the two together.
Titillizing. Hey.
So any more hard hitting issues that we cover?
Ooh, hard hitting. Yeah, we're gonna do more interviews.
yeah.
I think we could do. I
Yes,
predict
yes.
in 2021 we'll do more interviews.
Of course you
That'd be
predict. We already
exciting.
planned this.
It's on our calendar, damn it.
Oh, I guess. You guys, I was trying to be all like, guess what? Like new, like similar. Did I use that right? New similar? No.
We just hope the people that we want to get on agree that they want to be on.
we could what do they call that? Where you like you surprise them?
Actually, I could just like, hey, well, let's just have a conversation.
And just
They
record.
have no idea I'm recording. Here's the podcast, guys.
And on that note, I think that concludes our New Year's episode. So Happy New
Happy
Year's!
New Year.
Wait, okay, that was a kind of mixed bag, guys. You put some more like simula in it.
Oh, no.
That's not how you use a word. That's our show. If you'd like to leave a comment, have a question for us, just let us know. How can they reach us?
On social media, we're on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Also on Curious Cat. So, guys, for queries, just get a hold of us.
Just do it. Just
Just do
come
it.
on,
just do
like-
it. It's the new year. It's a new simula. Come on.
It's a new simula.
Also, you can email us your questions for queries to gamchatpodcast@gmail.com. And for the new year, I'm actually looking forward to you guys leaving your comments on Apple Podcasts, seeing more 5 stars. When I click on it, a New Year's Day, it better be there. Oh, is that too aggressive again? God damn it. See? I don't know. Okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
They already know who you are.
Yeah. They expect your aggressiveness.
Yes.
And on that note, everyone have a safe and happy new year. And we'll see you in 2021. Simula!